The last time the man came to the drive-in, it did not end well. He hopes to avoid that fate this time. He hopes that what he has brought with him to this place is enough.
So yeah, even though we have an admittedly incomplete message, we're gonna have to make do with what we can.
Serena's probably out of her mind again, but I'm gonna need that key so I can get the power back on.
You again?
I'm really just here to get the keys so I can get the power back on.
Do you want to hold me down? It's okay. I know you like that.
Yeah, I'll just grab the keys.
I could be like your wife, little wifey, waiting at home for hubby. Or you could be the mailman, or the neighbor.
I'm already married to someone who isn't crazy, thanks. I'm just gonna go and get the power back on.
Aww.
Look, I may or may not be back. I have the access code to the booth already, so once the power is on...
You should totally come see me. We could have fun. You know.
We'll see how it goes. You should sit down or something. Try to stay calm.
I don't want to be calm. I want to be nasty. I want to be nasty with you.
Yeah, okay.
You could do anything you want. You can use my...
Let's not even go there. I was hoping that you'd remember more, but I guess that was too much to ask.
So yeah, I think we're just gonna ignore her mild roleplay scenarios.
I was about to do the weather, but I see we have a caller. Hey, you're on the air with Eddie. What's up?
Hey, Eddie, it's Ricky. You talked about fate before. You think about that a lot?
Not a lot, to be honest, but I take it you do.
Oh, yeah.
Any conclusions you'd care to share, Ricky?
Well, we've got free will, right? That's in the Bible and everything.
Yeah, right, sure.
So free will, right? Am I right? I mean, if we can do what we want, how can there be fate? I mean, you don't know what's gonna happen next, so there's no fate. There's just people doing stuff.
Well, I don't know, Ricky. I don't suppose you have considered the possibility that we're all here in the service of a greater purpose, incomprehensible to us,
and that what we take to be freedom is nothing more than the move of a pawn on some cosmic chessboard, limited in scope, subject to the whims of unseen players,
existing only for their entertainment.
Or perhaps we're just a twisted
reflection
of actual events that can happen elsewhere. Could it be that such is life in Night Springs?
Dude, what?
Food for thought, Ricky. Food for thought.
Yeah, I'm gonna want to skip this ideological meal if that's what you're offering. But yeah, if you recognize him as the host voice for the Night Springs videos in the first Alan Wake, that's because it is. I guess they're trying to pull a bit of a Metal Gear Solid 2.
Are you getting it yet, genius?
Nothing ever really comes of the radio host Eddie. He's just background. I mean, even all that we're finding, the radio collectibles, they are completely optional. So, we're gonna hold off on the sawed-off shotgun. It's alright, but I've barely had the hunting rifle, so I'm gonna keep that for a bit longer. Now, we could just go restore the power, but of course, the manuscript pages are still scattered, and there's also a new weapon up here. You probably saw it glowing on the tree, but first, we gotta get a page. So I'm gonna skip out on the crossbow, because while it is a good weapon, it's really hard for me to aim it, I guess. A lot of the shots you'll make on enemies are one-hit kills, which are nice, but it's a little unwieldy. So getting across this parking lot is going to be another pain. But man, does that hunting rifle sound good when you shoot it. It is a little unfortunate that its effective range on a lot of enemies is still kind of small, but we can use it long range. I guess it's more up to whether or not you hit them in the head that determines its effectiveness. Yeah, we're starting to speed up on these manuscript pages. We're already almost up to 40.
I want to talk about Alice. Just look at her. She's really beautiful, isn't she? Your wife. Well, our wife, really. Just my wife soon. Don't worry. I'm not gonna treat her like the others. She's special. If I wanted her dead, she would be. I've been around for a while now. So talented. You haven't seen her new work, of course. Oh, it takes my breath away. Really, she's that good. Did you know that I've got a wedding ring, too? We're that similar. She's seen me a couple times, you know. I've let her catch glimpses. She thinks she's imagining things, of course. She thinks you're dead. It might as well be. I mean, even if you manage to keep surviving, you'll be in my trap forever. So I'll go to her. It'll be an amazing moment. Oh my God, you're alive. I'll be the good, loving husband for as long as I can stand it. She'll love it. And then, one day, somehow, it'll happen. Maybe I'll slip up, she spots something, or maybe she just starts running her mouth. And then, I'll do it. It's gonna be sweet. My darling wife.
Oh, Chair Magazine. So that video doesn't really add a whole lot of urgency to getting out of this nightmare, because if you're gonna take your time and then maybe one day eventually down the road decide you're gonna snap, it sounds more like you're the one procrastinating. But I mean, either way, it's not a good idea to let him keep running loose.
You're like a little hamster in a wheel. Go ahead and keep running for all the good it'll do you.
But I mean, I think the overall impression we can get is that, hey, Mr. Scratch is still a huge asshole. And there's nothing like a big crowd to show off that SMG just a couple more times. But welcome to the best large weapon, and that's the assault rifle, which is almost not fitting for this kind of game, but it's really good. Imagine, well, like it's real life, and you just have a bigger, more effective SMG. It just doesn't fire as fast. So it's still pretty eerily quiet back here. So let's just, you know, stock up on ammo, because I'm sure nothing wrong is gonna happen. And then fix the power. So the electricity is still fairly deadly. Not so much that you'll take one hit and die, but adding to the annoyance are all these spiders that decided to join the party. We really don't have anything keeping us from leaving, so we're just gonna grab whatever manuscript pages remain and then just get the hell out. See, that wasn't so bad.
If you die, you lose. If you quit, you lose. If you make it to the end of the loop, you still lose. Sucker.
So I guess it's just more of a lose-lose-lose situation. Still got a good feeling that maybe we can pull out a win here. Especially when I'm packing such fucking heat. I guess that really goes to show that Mr. Scratch is just simply afraid to 1v1 me, because I'll fucking wreck him. So the Dark Fountains are back, which is really the big reason why you want to save on your heaviest artillery, like your flares, your flare gun, and your flashbangs, because this goes so much more smoothly if you don't have to deal with it for too long. We don't necessarily have to deal with all the bad guys that spawn from these fountains. Just gotta focus on getting rid of the fountain. And that'll take care of all the enemies that spawn. So flares are pretty good at taking out all three tiers of the fountain, as well as keeping enemies off your back. So it's a good time to use those, as flashbangs are better for crowd control. So we've cleared out the projector building. which means that we can go finish this loop right now. But it kind of wouldn't be fair to just leave someone behind. So after we get the last of this ammo back here and this manuscript page, we're going to head all the way back up to the office building and talk to our friend who is hopefully feeling a little bit better. It's kind of weird once you clear out the fountains because it's quiet just like it is for much of the rest of the game, but it's more peaceful than it is tension-filled.
It's you.
I guess you're back to normal again?
I don't know if I'm ever gonna be normal, but thanks. I know you didn't have to come back for me like this.
I couldn't just leave you like that. I'm sorry about the whole thing.
Not your fault. At least I'm not Little Miss Whoreslut anymore. Ugh, that's just... Hey, thanks for not, you know, taking advantage.
No problem. You don't seem too weirded out even though this is happening again.
Honestly, that pales in comparison with having that thing inside my head. I mean, it's crazy, but...
I understand. I can really mess you up.
This is weird. I think what he did left something. I can feel that things are different. I just know that time's acting wrong. I don't know how to describe it. It's like I can sense it.
I'm not surprised. A close encounter with these forces, it stays with you. It changes the way you see things. Some people can't deal with that. They just lose it.
Well, it's early yet. I'm not ruling anything out.
I'm gonna go make my way into the projector booth.
Okay. Is there anything I can do? About the situation, I mean?
No. It's a trap for me. I'm gonna have to go deal with it.
Uh-huh. And you got a plan, is that it?
I think I have a chance. Yeah.
So, yeah. Try not to lose power next time, I guess. There's not really anything we can do for her at this point, just... I don't know, I think it's nice to not leave her trapped in the dark before we move on to the next loop. Even though, you know, clearly that doesn't matter.
The Champion of Light knows that the time itself is about to end. At least for him. He can feel the dead end rushing towards him. But there is time to act. Incomplete or not, he has the weapon.
I don't have the whole thing. But maybe it's enough.
So, we have a few more things that we can interact with. The first couple are exactly the same. We have the same message, just a bit more. So the two new things that we can interact with are the movie poster and the fire extinguisher. And that ought to do it? Maybe?
It's not enough.
You're trying to be cute, aren't you? What are you up to? It's a waste of time, buddy. You should just lie down and die. Let me take over. This is the only thing you've got coming to you. From here to eternity.
No matter how many times you come back.